Hey everybody, I'm Jake, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can set up your own SteamCMD server. And if you are here to make like a Counter-Strike server, like a dedicated server, not a POV server, this is where you're going to go. This allows you to make Team Fortress 2 servers, Left 4 Dead 2 servers, pretty much anything that you will find that is created by Valve or uses the Source engine, I believe. Pretty much a lot of Steam games. So I have actually a bookmark here. I'm not going to be showing you how to do it in Linux. I have a server that has Linux on it, but I mainly use Windows, so I'm not going to teach Linux. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do Windows, which is much easier. So this says you're going to have to make a folder for SteamCMD. So, I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to name it SteamCMD. And this is just an example area. It just says create a folder, and then you're going to want to download the zip file. And here we are. It's only one executable. I'm going to put this in the SteamCMD folder using 7-zip because it is an archive folder. So we'll be able to open that up with 7-zip. And Windows actually. Windows is able to open up zip files. They can't open up RARs because that's WinRAR. But anyway, getting on a tangent. We're going to open this, and it's going to open up a command prompt. And, yeah, it's downloading the updates, so it's getting us the newest version that Steam has released. And here we are. We are now in the SteamCMD executable. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to scroll down, and now it says, well, now we're in it. On first run of SteamCD, will automatically update and enter into your Steam prompt. Type help for more information. So we type in help. It will show us usage SteamCMD and then your command and arguments. So let's see what we got here. So we can do help topic. So we can look for more information on the login scripts. So if we do help login, it will show you that if we type in login, it'll log us in, log us out, blah blah blah. Enter the Steam code. All that stuff for our Steam account, and there seems to be a bunch more here, yeah. Connecting to your Steam account using SteamCMD is similar to using the regular Steam client UI. So yeah, this is exactly like logging in with your Steam. Like if I type in Steam here and I log in with my Steam, it's exactly like that. If you have an email or if you have Steam Guard enabled, it will ask you to check your phone and things of that nature. If we read what it says here for running SteamD, it will tell us to open up command prompt. So we'll just do that real quick. This is just an example because really all this executable is I shouldn't have closed it like that. But if I just open up command prompt real quick and I CD to the desktop here. And and then I CD into SteamCMD here. I can do the same exact thing as earlier. It's just the executable just does it for you. So we're going to use that instead. It's just an example, showing you how it works. And now it's going to ask us to log in. So back in the day, you could download pretty much every game server you could ever imagine by logging in anonymously. I'm pretty sure recently they changed that. They changed it so you needed to log in with an account, so you couldn't download, the server for Portal 2 or, just like a game that you don't own. So that's my guess. So now I'm pretty sure you need to log in with an account to be able to download certain games. So right here it says to download most game servers, you can log in anonymously. So yeah, we're just going to log in anonymously. Connecting anonymously to Steam Public. We're in. Waiting for license info. So we're in. So we are now in an account. Not technically, but we're just in one. So now we're going to be downloading an app or a game or whatever. So first we're going to set the app install directory. This is where the game or the app is going to install which folder. So I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to put it in the programs folder here. I'm going to call it, we're just going to call it CSGO. And so if I go into this folder and I look here, it's in the D drive. It is entitled programs. So we're going to choose the path for it. So I'm going to type in force underscore install direct. And what it's saying here is that you can put it inside of the current directory. So we're currently in the SteamCMD directory right here. We're currently in here on this executable. And it's saying if we want it to be inside of here, so if I were to have a folder named CSGO right here, then we would type this in. So we would type in like that, and that dot just means inside of this folder and then the name of it. But we're not doing that. We're doing that in this folder right here. I'm gonna delete that, and then right here, the CSGO folder. I'm just gonna Control C. I'm just gonna show you visually. I'm copying it, and I'm gonna paste. So that's where it's gonna be. Boom. So now, boom, right there. See the Steam apps. That's how that works. So now, there we go. Now we're gonna actually download the game or the server for it. So you're going to need the Steam. You're gonna need the name or the ID of the game. Every Steam game has an ID. You can see this by going into steampower.com, and certain games have an ID. So like right here, the app number right there. So I'm just gonna put in a random there, and you'll see app 3377000. If I do 10, it's probably gonna put me into Counter-Strike. There you go. That's how that works. So if I put in 96, I don't know if this is gonna work. No, it didn't. I'll try 20. So I put in the app number as 20. Oops, got rid of the wrong number there. Put us into Team Fortress Classic. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So if we wanted a Half-Life, we would put in that. If we want, so pretty much this is like your chance of picking what you want. So these are the gold source games. They use the gold source engine. The Steam platform files. The source engine games, this is what we want. So Half-Life 2, Counter-Strike source, Half-Life source. We're looking for 730, I believe. Yep, 730 is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That's exactly what we want. If I put that in here, it'll put us to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So we're going to copy that number, 730. We don't really need to copy it, it's 3 digits. And then we're going to follow how this works. So install or update the app using the app update command. So it's giving you an example here, and yeah. To also validate the app, add validate to the command. So if we want to validate it, we would put that under. And that's pretty much like verifying your game cache. It's like, you know, when your game like isn't working or something and you are confused, most of the time guides on YouTube or Steam will tell you to validate your game data or like verify the game cache. It's pretty much just checking all your files to make sure that they're all there and updated and everything is peachy dory. So this is saying add validate to the command if you want to validate. This is saying download a beta branch. We're not doing that. This is saying for HLDS. Never heard of that. Pretty sure it's just a game though. And the SRCDS beta name is pre-release, so that's not us at all. Some beta branches need your password, so that's what this is for. That's what this is for. So pretty much the only thing that we need to do is app update 730 or validate if it's not working or something like that. So we're going to do app underscore update 730. Failed to install app 730. No subscription. So it's actually, it seems like it's actually 740. Okay. My bad, guys. For some reason, I thought it was 730 when 730 is the actual game ID. So I apologize for that. Okay, boys. So now that we're downloading the game, we can check by going to the directory that we chose. I believe if you don't choose one at all, if you do not put a force install directory or force install dir, it will just put it in the folder, the root folder that, or it'll just put it in the folder that has the SteamCMD and all the other files. But we chose specifically to put a directory, which is here, and we know that it's working because it shows in the downloading folder. It is, you know, the app ID of 740. And then if we want, after it's done, we can validate it There's honestly no point to that, so we won't. I can't believe I freaking didn't see that. If I needed to read one more line, and I would have seen what to do. Anyway, so we see here it says if we want to install it, so it's saying right here install the game, and then this is saying validate. This is just showing examples. So if you're trying to get a and if you're trying to get HLDS, never heard of that in my life. What is this? HLDS. My internet is so sluggish. Half-Life dedicated server, huh? If you wanted Counter-Strike Source, oh, the beta version of Counter-Strike Source, you do that. If you're trying to do a beta with a password, you do this. You would do, the alpha and then the password for it, and then you'd validate it. And then once it's done, we're at 44.04%. You're going to type quit to properly log off the Steam servers. So now this is saying if we just type in the simple command of validate, it is a command that will check all the server files to make sure that they match so this is just verifying your game cache. This is pretty much just like, saying look at all my files and do they match the server files. This is saying this command is useful if you think a files may be missing or corrupted. So yeah, when you validate it, it will look at all your files, and if something is wrong, then it will update the file with the new one, the latest and greatest. It says a list of known servers that SteamCMD to install is available on the dedicated servers list page. So here we go. This is we should have clicked on this instead. So this is saying where is CS:GO? Wow, it's freaking in green. So it's saying Steam CS:GO uses SteamCMD, Steam client, and anonymous login. Okay, so the anonymous login part is saying like, yes, this will work if you aren't logged in. So it's saying game purchase required for public server. Ah, I see. We're gonna click on this and keep this up. So what that's saying there is that it will work, but it'll be private, and it'll be locked to the people on your IP address as long as you don't have the game installed or the game purchased. So like if I log in with an account that does not have CS:GO purchased, then the game won't be public to players that don't share your IP. So you'll only be able to play it with like your brother or your sister who live in your house. So that's a shame, but they got to get you somewhere. So that's how that works. So logging in anonymously is fine, but if you want to play with like say a friend in France, you can't. Okay, so what this is saying here under the Counter-Strike Global Dedicated Servers, this part of it is saying you need to register your game server login token. This actually requires you logging into Steam, and you have these game tokens, or like it's a login token that you're then going to put into your Steam account. We're not doing that. Okay, so we are done with getting CS:GO. Here it is. We have the entire frickin' CS:GO crap right at our fingertips. Look at that. Should be like 8 gigs or 14. Game is huge. And now it's going to show us how to start the server. Well, first of all, we're going to start the server, and here's how to do that. So right here it shows you the certain modes. So you got so that's for Linux. For public server add plus, there you go. So that's how to, so you need the game server login token. So GSLT is game server login token, and that allows your server to go public. So when we saw here, when it said game purchase required for public server, that's what they were talking about. So we need to set up the game server login token if we want to go public, and I'll show how to do that in a future video. Right now this is just trying to get the whole thing set up. For the public server, you're going to add this, and then you're going to get a number, and then you're going to add these arguments or like parameters to your line here. So right here it says to do a classic casual, or it's just changing the game mode. and the game type here. Okay, so we're going to try doing the shortcut trick. We're going to create a shortcut. We're just going to put it on the desktop, and we're going to change. So what we did was I went to the directory, and I right-clicked the srcds file, because there's an executable file here, an exe, that has a orange guy. It's the CSGO icon, and I right-clicked it, and I hit create shortcut. I put it on the desktop, because, I want it on the desktop, and you can rename it, so I can just change it to CSGO server, and then I right-click it, and I hit properties. Right here, it shows the target, the start in. You're going to go to the target, and you're going to add your parameters. So I'm just going to do game CSGO. Console is for me, I kind of prefer it without the console, but it's just best to do it with the console. So your console, usercon, plus game underscore type 0. If you're curious what I'm pasting, or what I'm doing is right there. Game type 0, plus game mode. I could copy this, but map group mg active, and then map de dust 2.